And then that brings us to item number D, Code Red. Chief, the floor is yours.
Councilmember Kraus asked me to address y'all because they all came to a presentation and they know what this is about. Councilmember Kraus has been interested in emergency management notification or emergency notification ever since she took office, and she has attended a lot of meetings, and she did some research, and she actually made a contact with a company called Code Red and brought them here to do a presentation. I'm familiar with this company because I've been interested in it since 2006 for this actual operation of this program. There is a cost associated with it. We've been interested in all types of emergency notification, and we've been undertaking those notifications, particularly in the last year. One of those is Nixle, which is a program that allows us to send out alerts to anybody who wants to sign up for it. There's no charge to the citizen, and there's no charge to us for having that process. And it is a good process. The only problem is that every time we send something out, everybody gets it, whether it affects you or you don't. And some people like to sleep, and they may not want it in the middle of the night. I'm not sure, but we do use that to send it out, as well as Facebook and some other mechanisms that we have to send out information, both from the city and the department. But what we're really looking at is some type of emergency notification system. And one of the things that was available is a siren that you can have, that people recognize that with bad weather, that you hear the sirens. One of the drawbacks to the siren is when it goes off, what's the issue? You know it's going off, but you don't know what the issue is. Another thing is that, and I spoke with some leaders in Duluth who do have sirens, by the way. It costs $30,000 to $40,000 per siren to be erected, plus there is a maintenance cost of about $12,000 a year just to keep them up and running. So that was a system that, while it certainly has utility, it wasn't the one that we were the most interested in. And we have looked at a couple of others. In fact, we are in the process, and that's one reason it's not up for vote tonight. We're looking at some other providers that have this system in Georgia. One is called Everbridge, and they actually have the Atlanta airport. Another one is Connect CTY, and they had one contract, but actually they just recently lost it to Code Red. Code Red actually has 118 contracts with counties and cities in the state of Georgia already. We like it because it has some proprietary software and allows us to do some things that the others really have not demonstrated that they can do. The one interesting thing about it is there's no hardware, no software, nothing that has to come to our site. They do all the development of the database to send out the information, and they have support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So if we're not able to initiate the call, they certainly could do it for us. But the thing about this system that's really good is that if, let's say that there's a hostage situation going on in a neighborhood and it affects maybe 3 or 4 blocks, well, we can send that notification just to those 3 or 4 blocks. We don't have to send it out to everybody. If it does affect everyone, we can. So that certainly is a tool that will help us and be very beneficial. So it's more directed. We also can send it out just to businesses or just to residences, or however the message is necessary, whether the information is necessary and how it should be provided. Public Works can utilize this system to send out if they're going to be doing paving or there's some other issue that's coming up. Parks could actually use it to send out information about other programs. So it's not just emergency notification, but it is a total notification system. When I first looked at the system back in 2006, there was a base cost, and then if you used it a certain number of times, the cost went up. That's no longer the case. Now it's a flat rate for everything, including the weather system that was not available in 2006. The one reason I like their weather system and the way it works is, let's say that a tornado warning is in effect for all of Gwinnett County. Under any other system, you'd get all that notification. But if you've watched TV now, you know they can tell you a little bit more, that maybe it's directed across the north end of the county. Well, their system actually is generated, and the information all comes from the Weather Service. We don't have to do anything to initiate that call. It comes out, but if you get that notification, that means you are in the path of something. So it's very specific, and that's the only provider that has that particular information. So certainly we're looking at that for that reason, if for no other. the system itself is going to cost us, there's an annual cost of $9,900. That's actually less than what it was before when you add in all the features that you now get that you don't get. But there's also a funding source because it can be paid for by the money that you're already paying for E911. So actually, it won't cost us out of the general fund to provide this service. So we're certainly looking at it, and I am going to price and check out the other two services more than I have already, but I have looked into them all, and currently I think that Code Red is the system we'd probably want to go with. Right now, I think Loganville and Sandy Springs are the two that are the closest to us that already have it. And I think also one of the things that we can do, because they did say during the presentation that we had here that Swanee attended, Lawrenceville attended, that if some more agencies participate, then the cost can even be less. So hopefully we could negotiate that into the contract, that if we're able to do that, that it could be reduced if the others don't come on board as quickly as maybe we might be able to do it. So thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for the Chief? Question?
I don't have a question, I have a comment. You can get kind of a preview. As you might expect, there's an app. And if you have an iPhone, there's a Code Red app you can download and check out. And there's going to be one for an Android shortly. So it'd give you a good preview. You can go to their website as well to find out how it works, how it operates.
I'd like to make one more comment, that when you sign up for Code Red, you can put your landline in, your cell phone in, your email address, or you can be text. You can choose one or you can choose them all for notification. And it'll be explained. If you go to the City of Loganville and look on their webpage, you can click on it and you can see how the Loganville citizens have signed up and see the actual steps of doing this. DeKalb County also is a Code Red county. I still have some more research to do, and I certainly would like to meet with the public and get their input on all three of the emergency systems that I have researched, and if there is any other emergency system that someone is aware of or has used in another part of the country, please email me or get in touch with me, and I'd be very happy to research that one as well. So I look forward to speaking with the public on these three emergency systems. Thank you.
We have no consent agenda tonight. We have no old business. Moving on then to item number 7, new business. The mayor